If you ladies would like to go ahead and share the event, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen as soon as I can get it up. Good morning, everyone. My name is Crystal Ifakoya, and I am the founder of WHOW, Women Helping Other Women. And today we have our wonderful Spring Bling. Thank yourself, give yourself a round of applause for being here and being able to make it and get empowered to learn about education, employment, and entrepreneurship today. We are so excited that you took this time on a Saturday morning to empower yourself to improve your economic status and to become a better individual. That's what really matters. So today I'm going to introduce our host, Miss Tamora. Tamora, are you there?
Yes, I am here. Good morning, everyone. How are you all doing today? Just put your thumbs up or put your wave up on your hands. So I know that you're present. All right. Can you hear me, Crystal?
I can. If you could give us some ground rules for today.
All right. So the first thing first, we like everyone to check into the events link, which most of you guys are. You can also like you to like us on our Facebook page, which is the WOW organization, WHOW organization. Go to the next screen, please. We're going to have some giveaways. Our giveaways will be at the end from our lovely vendors that we have. We have 3 vendors on today that would do some giveaways. We'll ask you to put your name into our link that you will see down. We're down www.wownetwork.org/win. Put your name in there, which does allow you to be present on the wheel to enter to give one of those giveaways, to get a giveaway. All right, Crystal, next for me. Wow. WOW is the Women Helping Other Women Out, which is a great program that I have benefited from for a couple of years. We've been in for 13 years. It's empower women to help them improve their economic status, and go through educational, employment, and entrepreneurship. We're here to learn. Not only are we here to learn, but we're also here to grow. And once we grow, we're here to not just empower ourselves, but also reach down and empower others as they make their journey to become a wow woman or just a wow factor in their own lives is what WOW does. So please, if you have not joined WOW or even visit our page or visit our website, go to www.wownetwork.org and visit our page and read and see some of the amazing things that WOW has done in the past, present, and our future that's coming up. And we would love you to be a part of our future. So go to our page and visit our page. Corporate prayer.
So I'm going to go ahead and lead the corporate prayer today. Is Tara on the call? I don't think I saw Tara today. So I'll go ahead and lead us in a word of prayer today. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this time that we are able to gather together and be in your presence, Lord God. We thank you for this time with WOW, that we're able to empower women and improve their economic status, Lord God. You see the needs of all the women that are on this call, and we ask that their hearts are opened up so that they can receive what they hear today, so that they can get the resources that they need to be successful in their lives. And God, that you you will start to transform their lives so that they line up with your will, so that everything that they're going through, they will no longer have that problem in their lives, Lord God, whatever that problem may be. God, open up their lives, help them to improve, Lord God, make success something that is secondary to their lives, Lord God, because you are number one. God, we ask that they are here to receive the words that they hear today, and that their lives are improved. And we thank you for that today. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. So I'm going to go ahead and bring up our first sponsor for today, Miss Felicia Jones. How are you?
Hello. How are you?
I am good. So tell us about what your products are today.
So I offer a detox juice. The name of my company is Felicia's Drink to Shrink. I have to explain to my customer that basically the juice, it boosts the metabolism, helps your body to wake up in areas that it needs to wake up, basically saying, hey, we need to break this food down, because a lot of us that are dealing with being overweight is because our body does not respond to processing our food as quickly as normal. So the drink helps you to get on a normal basis where you're able to process your food, go to the restroom like you're supposed to after eating. A lot of people, it takes them a couple of days before their body actually break down what they took in 2 days ago. So I also offer drops, which even though the drink increases your metabolism, the drops, when you put them under your tongue, they attack the fat cells that's in your tummy. And basically, when you swallow those drops, you hold it 30 seconds under your tongue, you swallow the drops, it immediately flows through your body to your tummy to attack those fat cells in our stomach. So the drops also suppresses the appetite. So I tell people, you can't do one without the other. While the other one is telling you, hey, I'm hungry, you need the other one to say, you're not hungry. And a lot of my customers have told me, hey, I want to eat. When I do eat, I can't take in as much. That's because they're both kind of hitting each other head on.
That's awesome. So what gift are you giving away today?
So I have offered to do upon the raffle, I have offered to do a drink to shrink package that I have on sale right now for $165 with a month supply is 4 gallons with the drops. And if your name is pulled, you get a month supply of drink to shrink. And you're guaranteed, if you drink it as you're supposed to, consistency is very important. 3 cups a day, 8 ounces is a cup, 3 cups a day. And you want to do up to 30 drops in a day, which is 10 small drops 3 times a day. You can either do it under your tongue or you can do it in your cup. But I recommend doing it in your cup. So you're taking it in with your drink. And if you do that like you're supposed to, then you're guaranteed to at least see a difference between 3 to 5 pounds in a week. And I've done it. I'm still doing it. I think it's a great product, and I'm offering someone to have a free chance to experience Drink to Shrink, and then be able to post in the group what your experience was like.
I love that. I love that. So I'm going to put on the screen how you guys can literally be able to be a part of this wonderful giveaway. All you have to do is go to www.wownetwork.org, WHOW network.org/win. And this could be your win of the day. So I'm telling you, and if you don't want it, if don't nobody want it, I will take it. And
me too, Crystal.
other ladies on this call, that will also take it. So you ladies, I hope you take that into consideration this morning, that this is real, and the weight loss journey for me is real. And I failed miserably this last week, but that's okay, because I'm gonna get some of Felicia's shrink to drink and not have to worry about it no more.
You guys can always just contact me via Facebook, Felicia's Drink to Shrink, or you can visit my website, FeliciaDrinkToShrink.company.site. And or you can reach out to me via Messenger. I do take Cash App. I don't do cash payments. I do Cash App, and all orders are pre-ordered.
So can you do us a favor, Felicia, and drop that information in the chat so that our lovely WOW volunteers can make sure that that gets posted on our WOW Facebook, as people are looking, as well as making sure that people can get in touch with you. But we will also have you, I believe you were the feature, was it last month for WOW, for the newsletter? Or is that the month coming up?
I think it's the month coming up.
Okay, it's the month coming up. So she will be our featured
I'm good, though. Come
on our newsletter. So you'll get to learn more about her as well for the month of May. So you ladies, thank you, Miss Felicia, for coming and being a part of this. We're gonna go right into one of the core values of WOW. We believe that empowerment is very, very important. And we all have the opportunity to empower ourselves, you guys. And this isn't a Black empowerment thing. This isn't a women's empowerment thing. This is a empower people thing. We want you, because guess what? It doesn't matter what color you are if you don't have a light. It really doesn't. So let's empower each other with spreading that light, because empowering others, it helps to improve your economic status. If you're living a happier life, guess what? You're going to have a better job. Guess why? Because people see that light. They see that you're a powerful person. When you are an empowering person, you are automatically going to improve your economic status, because you're going to be greetable. People are going to want to hire you, even if you're not qualified for the job. Y'all, I'm a living testament to not being qualified for a job and someone giving me the opportunity just because of my spirit, because I empowered them by telling them that I don't settle for defeat. If I'm defeated, then that means that my Savior is defeated, and he is not defeated. So I am happy to introduce you to another lady that is all about empowerment as well. It is Miss Nora Brown. She is the executive director of Girl Talk Inc. And today she is going to tell us a little bit about her organization and how you might be able to get involved or start being more empowered than you already are. So, Miss Nora, are you there?
Hello. Yes, ma'am. Hello. Can everybody hear me out there? Hi.
Yes.
Good morning. First of all, thank you, Miss Crystal, for inviting me to be a part of this wonderful program. So far, I've already loved it. I know you and Felicia have met up with each other. I haven't had a chance to meet all the other ladies in person, but I got an opportunity to hear a little bit of their stories as well. And I'm just so excited to be here, so encouraged and already empowered and just on fire this morning, y'all. So I'm excited. Like she said, my name is Nora Brown. And I'm just excited to be here this morning. Extremely excited, y'all. I'm just excited.
So, Miss Nora, tell us a little bit about what you do at Girl Talk. And I want you to get into the nitty gritty. And then I want you to tell people about what you need at Girl Talk. And I'm gonna let you have the floor for the next 15 minutes. So just take the reins and tell us what you need. Tell us about your organization. Tell us all that. And I'll see you back in about 15 minutes.
Awesome. Thank you so much for giving me all of this. I love it. My name is Nora Brown. Well, I go by Nora, y'all, but my real name, my government name is Nora. And I started Girl Talk Inc. about 5 years ago. And it has just been amazing. Not only am I the executive director, I also wear the hat as the founder and everything else. I wear many hats in my organization, and I'm just so excited. The whole goal of Girl Talk Inc. is to empower women and to promote spiritual and mental health. And the spiritual health and the mental health for me is so very, very critical, you guys. So very, very important that we really understand that our mental health and our spiritual health they coincide with each other. So critical. A lot of times people go to church and they find out who God is and they get a savior and they're still so mentally broken. Well, in Girl Talk, we have an opportunity to bridge that gap between mental health and spiritual health. And that's what I do for my ladies in Girl Talk Inc. is we have an opportunity to bridge mental and spiritual health, you guys. And it's just so amazing that I'm able to do that. And also, guys, I'm a mother of 4. I have 2 biological daughters, and then I have 2 stepchildren. So a mother of 4, and I do all of that, you guys, while I'm running my business. I work from home as well. And this is my daughter. Oh. And so we, at Girl Talk Inc., you guys, we go through, right now we're going through a program that I call the WHOW. And the WHOW, it is such a good program. I absolutely love it. With the WHOW, what we're doing is trying to bridge self-care, self-love, and learn how to win in relationships. So we have been on a 7-week quest to really fall in love with who we are as women. And not only just in our day-to-day relationship, but in our romantic relationships too. I know a lot of ladies in my group were looking for love and trying to find love and trying to get into that place. And with the Girl Talk Inc., we had an opportunity to really dig into that for 7 weeks, you guys. We went on an adventure, I call it an adventure, of self-love and self-care and pouring into cups that are empty, right? So as women, a lot of times we have a cup and we give away everything. We give away our time, we give away our energy, we give away our love, we give away everything, and we don't ever fill ourselves up. Well, for 7 weeks in Girl Talk, we had an opportunity to fill ourselves up. And we did that in such a great way, ladies. We did that in a way that we empowered each other to fill our cups and to start things on a whole new level. So I'm just so excited about the WHOW. I'm so overwhelmed. The response has been so overwhelming. Last week, we had a opportunity to really talk about our experiences, or 2 weeks ago, we had an opportunity to talk about our experiences with the WHOW. And during that opportunity, women talked about being overcomers. We talked about breaking generational curses, because so many generational curses that we have in our life stem from relationships, right? Whether it be teen pregnancy, addiction, whether it be poverty, whatever generational curse that you're trying to break, you can do that, you know? And so we've had an opportunity to talk about so many different things. We talked about sex one week. We talked about communication. All of those different things went into play while we did the WHOW. And I encourage you ladies to join. I encourage you ladies to join the WHOW, and you have an opportunity to truly be a part of a great organization that is moving people forward. I'm trying to think of all the things that I want you guys to know about the WHOW. I'll tell you guys, or about Girl Talk Inc. I'm sorry. So I birthed Girl Talk Inc. out of my own pain. I came from a very abusive home where my father was an alcoholic, and he just didn't love me correctly, right? And I had a lot of trauma and a lot of pain. And as Black people, you know, and I think all people, but specifically Black people, we don't tap into the trauma that we've experienced throughout our life, right? You don't tap into all of the brokenness that you've experienced through your life. But in Girl Talk Inc., we give you a platform, an opportunity to tap into that trauma, to really truly heal the mental parts of your mind. Because I truly believe that if you cannot be renewed in your mind, if the transformation does not happen in your mind, that you can never get to the next level. Sometimes we hold this weight and we hold it for our whole lives, right? And we go through life with all the trauma and all the pain that we've been in through our lives. But in Girl Talk Inc., we get the opportunity to set that down, to relinquish that load. And you're on that thing with many other women. Right now, we have about 11,000 women in our network, y'all. That is just a dream come true from a little girl from the hood, y'all. I'm from North Tulsa. I ended up going to school, first generation college graduate, first generation everything almost in my family. But God gave me this vision to talk to women on a different level, to touch you in your mind, not only in your heart, but in your mental capacity, for you to understand that you are overcomer. And let me give you a quick minute on empowerment, y'all. Just one more minute, and I'm gonna give the floor back to whoever's next. I got this one more thing I want you guys to truly understand about yourself. Whatever God has for you is for you. No matter what comes and no matter what goes, God got you. He gave you that vision. He gave you those callings. He gave you those gifts for you. Nobody can take them away. Everything that you're doing right now, and everything that you're saying right now, all the things that led up to where you are right now was a part of the plan. Don't be ashamed of your past. Don't be ashamed of who you are, because it's you versus you. You are the only one. You are unique in the fact that you are you. Be yourself. Be who God called you to be. That's what I'm doing. That's my life work. That's what we do in Girl Talk Inc. We encourage women to be exactly who they are. You ain't got to get dressed up. You ain't got to go get your good wig. You ain't got to have your nails done. You ain't got to be all face beat. You just got to show up who God called you to be. And trust me, the people will come. The people will come. Continue to be who God called you to be, no matter what. In any other season, God is faithful to you. Okay? He gave you those ideas. He gave you these plans. He gave you all the things that you possess right now at this very moment. Do not give those things away. Do not shrink yourself. Do not downplay yourself. Do not degrade yourself for any other person. You are who you are. Your identity is so important. So I want you guys to know what you will get with us. Right now, we're working on a coaching program, and we're working on a lot of programming in here. I know Miss Crystal brought me on, to talk a little bit about what I need from our organization. Right now, we're looking for everything. We're looking for a support, as far as fundraising support. I'm looking for an assistant. I'm looking for a social media person, and I'm also looking for a graphic design person. So if you ladies are interested in being a part of our organization in any of those capacities, I would need you to come on board. And I just absolutely, I'm sorry about that, ladies. I'm not sure what happened there, but I just want you ladies to know that you are more than welcome to join me, and you guys can email me. I'll put my email address in the chat later on for you guys to email me, but you also can go to my website. It's www.girltalk-inc.org. And on that website, you'll see pretty much all things Girl Talk, everything that we're doing, whether it's community service. We also do a lot of that, you guys. We haven't had a chance to do that because of COVID, but we do enjoy going out into the community and touching women. I have a real heart for domestic violence women who have been through domestic violence. So I do a lot of work in domestic violence shelters and reaching out to women who have been abused, and the form of beautifying those women, whether it be through doing your hair, makeup, whatever the case may be. I really believe in building people up, because life will break you down in ways that you cannot get up, but I want to bring hope. You know what I'm saying? I want to bring hope to the women that feel like they are broken and they don't have a place. And so that is exactly what we do through Girl Talk Inc. And I hope you ladies join the movement. I hope you guys get on board and understand who you are and be able to reflect your identity. And that is all I have for today. And I just want to thank you again, Miss Crystal, for being able to let me be a part of such a great conversation. And to all the ladies, I don't know if I'll be able to watch every one of you guys, but I just want to thank you guys for doing what you're doing and continue to do what you're doing, because you're impacting lives and people are being touched. And even if you don't hear it every single day, know that your calling and your purpose is needed, and that people are hinging and waiting on you to step up and be who God called you to be. So thank you, ladies. Have a great rest of your Saturday.
I just want to say before Crystal get back on, I just thought that was so great that you inspired us to just be who we are, great. And it's so funny that Crystal and I just had that conversation this morning. So I really need to just try to come and sit in one of your little sessions with the girl talk, or your big session. I don't even want to say little anymore. Your big session, because it seems like you're doing big things, and it's just encouraging to see. Go ahead,
Yes,
Crystal.
ma'am.
I concur with that. That is amazing. And just the fact that you are doing things, and a lot of people get it confused when they hear women helping other women, that we're trying to stand alone and not merge with other organizations. But we're all about helping other women, helping them with their business, helping them to evolve, helping them to get to the next level. Because guess what? We weren't put here to be selfish.
Yeah.
We were put here to love. We were put here to be a reflection of who God wants us to be. And I truly believe that you have something special, and it's going to go really far. You keep your head up, and in the midst of everything that you got going on right now, just remember, all things happen for a reason, and you are just in the middle of the beginning. And
wow.
It could have been like years that you may have been doing this, and then one day can literally change everything. So you just have to keep doing it, because you don't know when people are looking at you. You don't know when people are about to volunteer or donate or do whatever. It just happens. I remember even 2 years ago, I had a conversation with God, and it was at a spring Bling 2 years ago, actually 3 years ago. And I said, God, I need your help. I can't do this by myself. I am one person with my daughters. I can't do this by myself. And that was the beginning of him sending me help. That was the beginning of him saying, okay, well, you got it this far. Now let me sustain you. Let me be your help going forward. And that's where it just took off. And God has grown WHOW. I have a board, a functioning board. I remember at one point when I didn't have a functioning board, and God has a way of changing things around and making it where you thought it was a loss, it was actually just a setup. It was actually God preparing you, because when you are about to be promoted, there has to be some level of problems that you've solved. If you can't solve a problem, then how can you be promoted? There was no reason for you to be promoted. Promotion comes from problems, meaning you've solved the problem. Now that you've solved the problem, now you can be promoted. Now let me back up. Promotion comes from God. So when he puts you in a situation where you can grow, where you can be promoted, take that. And then when you get that platform, don't be like Saul. And I say that because so many people get in a place of excellence. They get in a spot where they have businesses. They get in a spot where they own nonprofits and organizations, and they're owning things. And then they get the Saul spirit. I'm guilty of it too. And we get that Saul spirit where we feel, I don't want nobody to come and replace me. I'm irreplaceable. No, you're always replaceable, especially when your heart doesn't start to line up. And I know when WHOW starts to suffer is when my heart has went astray. So when I line myself back up with God's will, things start to go back in the way that they're supposed to. So in your own organizations, this isn't just Nora, this is everybody that's listening that can hear my voice right now. Don't get the Saul spirit. Don't get big-headed, because just as soon as much as God rose you up, he can raise somebody else up to replace you. So just learn to work with what you have. All you need is all you have, as my church likes to say. I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm not doing a commercial for them.
Can I say one more thing before I go,
right ahead.
I know I had my time, but Crystal, you just did so awesome with me that day when we talked one-on-one, and I just, I'm still gleaming from the conversation. It was just so empowering for me, and I want you to know that personally, that it was good and it was God seeing, because I realized that my calling that I have on my life is attached to so many people, and it's personal. And yours is too, like what you got and what you're doing right now and everything I do, I do, I do keep things professional. I try to be a little classy or whatever, but I don't know. Sometimes if I have to go hood or if I have to tell it like it is, I will do that. But I was just so comfortable being able to take off my mask when I was speaking with you that day. But it's so true, ladies, that we all wear a mask. We all want to be perfect. But the thing is that people can't find you in that perfect place. They find you with your hair undone, with that mask off, and with that true you, because that's who they're attracted to. You can go get your lighting right. You can go get your makeup right. You can do all that stuff. But when your heart is bad, that's the problem. You got to get your heart right. You got to get your heart in order with God and within yourself, because that's what the people is attracted to. And that light. And I said all that to say is that was what I was attracted to in you. And what you're doing here is phenomenal. You're changing lives. You're doing what God called you to do every day. And that to me makes you a successful person. I know we talked a little bit about that earlier, but I'm just so happy to be able to come here and speak to you guys, because for me, y'all, this is a part of what God called me to do. This is a part of the vision and the plan. A year ago, I was doing this with a lamp in my mother's house because I was living there because I didn't have nowhere to stay, y'all. And that was just one calendar year ago. And now look at God. I'm in the process of getting ready to buy a home. I have a new brand car. I'm married. I have 2 kids. You guys, you don't understand. 5 years ago, when I was a little girl, I lived in the day center, right downtown at that shelter. You know what I'm saying? Living out of my mother's car because I was in a domestic violence situation. I had to flee my house in the middle of the night in trash bags. So for me to be in here talking to y'all right now, this is God's plan. I don't belong here, but God seen fit that I'll be here today to encourage you ladies today. And Crystal, keep doing what you're doing because you're changing lives. And I got to go get my kids, y'all. I got to run. I got those little bitty kids downstairs. They were eating cereal this morning. I have no idea. My living room probably toe up. But I love you ladies. Keep doing what y'all doing. And y'all support Girl Talk Inc. any way you can. I love y'all. Y'all have a good rest of y'all day.
You too. So you ladies, that story is so closely related to mine. I can relate to a lot of the women that I speak to. I've been in the domestic violence 7 years ago, right? In this same time frame, I was in a domestic violence myself, actually 8 years ago. And when I was in the middle of that domestic violence, I was in a shelter. Again, keep in mind, at the age of 15, I was in a shelter. So to be back there, I'm like, God, how did I get here? And to see that I didn't have anything. I left Dallas and came back to Tulsa with nothing but some trash bags full of clothes, living in the DVIS shelter at that time, and wondering, God, there has to be something better for me. And how can I teach other women? Because I had WHOW even then. How can I be a light to other women when I can't even get myself together? And that's when God made it very clear to me at that time that it has nothing to do with where you are right now. It's where God is taking you to. And you have to trust the process. Even when you don't want to trust the process, even when things don't look like they're supposed to, even when things aren't perfect, you have to trust the process. And my willingness to trust that process and to live from faith to faith, because I truly believe in the faith aspect of believing that God is going to come through. Living from faith to faith, you will get there. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen because we are all about empowering women. Again, if you would like to reach Miss Nora, if you would like to help her in any way, and she can use your help right now, you could go to girl-talk-inc.com, and you can also call her. She's available. So please reach out to her so that you can get what you need to be successful. Now we're going to feature another one of our vendors today. Miss Teresa Taylor, are you there?
Yes, we're here. Hello.
Hold on, I'm gonna spotlight you right quick. How are you today?
So we're good. So we're blessed.
You are doing one of our giveaways today. Tell everyone what you'll be giving away.
I am. We are going to be giving away this beautiful Tree of Life bracelet right here. So Tree of Life. This is these are all glass beads, and you have your Tree of Life charm here. And it's a beautiful bracelet. It's not too heavy. So, and this is what we're going to be giving away today.
So tell us a little bit about your business. What do you do within your business?
We sell glass bead bracelets, and we have different chain link bracelets, and then we also have necklaces that we make, my daughter and myself. And we do offer, if you buy a bracelet, we give you one for free. So, and we have all different types of jewelry and ways to make things. You can do personal jewelry. We have it to where if you want a name on it, we can do a name. That's OSU at the top. Really and truly, I'm an OU fan, but we're not going to hold that against nobody. So, and then the other bracelet, it just says love on it, but I do make them with your name. And then also, I made a couple of these for my cousin's sorority. She's AKA. If you know anybody, I can do bracelets that are customized to different schools or fraternities. So, and I also have bracelets for men, because sometimes our men folks, they underserved, so we want to make sure we got them. So we do have bracelets for men. This is a hematite bracelet. It's very heavy, but the thing about this is the semi-precious stone is that this metal, it stays cool. I can leave it outside in the car on a hot day and come back and it's still cool. It's really neat. So, and also I have my Shaka bracelets. Shaka bracelets are wonderful. It's stressful teaching kids, especially grown people, because they know everything. And I've only been doing this for 20 years, but you still know more than me. So sometimes I have to break out my Shaka bracelet, put my little essential oil drops on it, and then just pray, Lord, please don't let me choke this person, and that's what it does. It helps calm and center me. So, and it's really good. Different essential oils have different powers. And they invoke different things, like lavender oil. I have an orange peel that's really good for energy, so, and this is awesome. The lava beads with this is great. So, but you have your Shaka and then you have your lava beads.
That's amazing. So again, everyone, Miss Teresa Taylor, and to be able to win her lovely raffle item, we want to thank her for giving her lovely raffle item, the Tree of Life in red, which is a power color, which also is the blood of Jesus. So, that relates in so many ways. Anywho's, giveaway to enter to win, you go to www.wownetwork.org/win, and you could win at the end of our event. Now, the next asset that we have as a core value for WOW is education. And we believe that you learn new things through educating yourself. And today, we have a lovely lady that is all about education and is a doctor. She's not just a lady, she's a doctor. She's a powerful lady, a lady of God, and beautiful, might I add. She is the superintendent, the CEO of the Tulsa Success Academy. And Dr. Lisa Chappelle, are you there?
I am here. Thank you so much for having me.
So glad that you can make it. I am going to give you over the floor and tell everyone about who you are and what you do. And I'll see you back in about 15 minutes.
Okay, thank you so much. So I have been listening to everyone and I had so many ideas of what I wanted to talk about. It's like changing every time I heard someone. But let me tell you a little bit about myself and what I do. So I am the superintendent and CEO of Texas Success Academy. We are a fully accredited online school. So we are recognized by the U.S. Department of Education. We are the only school in Texas that is owned by a Black lady like myself that is fully accredited. We work really hard to keep our accreditation. There were a lot of schools that were here and there's only 2 left. So that should tell you what's going on with schools and accreditation. So we have students from kinder through 12. They can come in, they can take classes, go back to their public school, or they can stay with us and graduate. And most of our students that have graduated have been 16 years old and they have been the valedictorian of our school. We also have a dual credit program where they can earn up to their associate's degree with us. They can earn their high school credits and college credits at the same time. And then we have a program for those students who need a second chance. It's our adult program. So if there is someone that is 16, 17, 18, 30, 40, 50, 60, our oldest graduate has been 64. They want to come back and get their high school diploma. They can get their high school diploma online. So we have students even in Oklahoma that come and take courses. So we have students in Texas, we have students in the US, and we also have international students. So we have students all over the world that are online taking classes. April 11th, which is tomorrow, will be our 10th year anniversary. So I'm really excited about that. It's amazing that it was 10 years ago that we started an online education. Now we have people because of COVID getting online for school. So that's a little bit about Texas Success Academy. We do a lot of different programs. We have summer school, we have credit recovery. So if you need to come and earn credits, you can earn credits. And we have over like 100 partner schools that we work with. Our goal and mission really is that it's never too late to graduate. It's never too late. So I always tell people it's not how you start, it's how you end, because it took me a very long time to get through school. And I tell people a lot of times it's not the kids so much. Sometimes it can be teachers. And I was going to talk about one thing, but I want to talk briefly about being an advocate for your children. So every day my mom would ask, how was school? And she would actively listen. So I'm going to talk about a few things about actively listening and being an advocate, and also something else about education. So your child is really excited to see you and talk to you every day. How to effectively listen to your child so they will talk to you. And I'm going to tell you why it's so important. Take your time out each day to listen to them. Have a special talk time place. And also ask questions to make them talk, and not just a whole bunch of barrage of questions at one time. Why is this important? Because it really saved me as a child. When I was in elementary, I was super excited about working in the cafeteria because, you get to get the cookies that was left over. And so I always wanted those cookies. So my mom would say, Lisa, how was school today? What happened? And I would say, oh my God, Mom, I had so much fun. I got to work in the cafeteria and I cleaned the tables. And then she asked me to come back in the back and she gave me cookies and she just held me so tight and she hugs me so long. And I just love working in the cafeteria. So of course my mom was like, oh, really? So what else happened? Oh, she just has the other girls leave and I'm back there with her by myself and we talk and she gives me lots of cookies. So the next day my mother's at school and she goes in the cafeteria and she says, hey, I hear Lisa loves working in the cafeteria. My mom reaches her hand out to shake her hand and she gives her the vice grip. And she says, I think, and I know you will agree, that Lisa does not need to be working in the cafeteria. I pay for her lunch. She doesn't need to clean tables. She doesn't need any extra snacks. And don't you agree with that? And the lady got the hint. So if you don't know what was about to happen to me, you should know what was about to happen to me. And my mom saved me from that situation. And the next day, I get a call to the principal's office that I can't work in a cafeteria any longer. So my mom's active listening to me, because no one needs to be with me by themselves hugging on me. You understand what I'm saying? Giving me cookies and treats so that I'm happy. So when I talk about education, I think about children. And a lot of times when we listen, we're able to hear what exactly is going on with our child, and with our children. So when I say education is important, it's extremely important. And what's more important is listening to our kids and making sure that they're okay. So that situation that I was in saved me from being a victim and talking about being a survivor. You see what I'm saying? So I wanted just to put that out about being an advocate. Parents have a lot of power when it comes to their kids, popping up to schools, making sure they're okay. Because remember, the people that are working in school, they're teachers. They have a job, just like someone who works at a deli or someone who works at the hospital. We can't put anyone above what our kids are telling us or what you feel. So there's a lot of programs for your kids in summer school. I don't know how it is in Oklahoma, but in Texas, kids can go and eat lunch all summer at the schools. There's a lot of opportunities for them to get services for speech and different things like that. I even had speech growing up as a child. So there are a lot of things. And if you're kind of ashamed or shy because the math gets difficult, I tell my kids when I was teaching math, I didn't understand this until I started teaching math in 4th grade. So there are tutors there at the school that can help your kids. There are things at the school that can help you. We used to have parent night where we would bring parents in and show them how to work the problems for their kids. So there's a lot of opportunities for you to be an advocate for your kid. So now I'm going to transition and go into education. So as I said, it was hard for me to go through school because I had my mind on 55 different things. And what I really should have focused on was being an entrepreneur, because that's truly who I am. And that's what I would have focused on. And if I know now what I know then, I know college is not for everyone. And I grew up thinking college is the end all be all. College teaches us how to find a job and work. Does not teach you how to be an entrepreneur unless you're in an entrepreneurship program. So my advice and suggestion to people is find out what you want to do. Because I learn a lot, even to this day, on YouTube, Instagram, articles, mentorship. When I started, my sister and I had a bath salt company. And you guys probably know the lady Spanx, Sarah Blakely. When she was on Oprah, I reached out to her and I'm like, and asked her questions like, how did you really get started? And how did this happen? And we emailed back and forth, and she gave me a lot of good information that I still use today. One of the main things is you can't give up on yourself. Your dreams and goals and aspirations do not have an expiration date. That's what I always tell myself and tell others. What you want to do does not have an expiration date. It has no age limit on it, because there's an opportunity that's out there waiting for you, and you just need to take your time, research, and find out how to do it. So when I say education, I'm talking about what education is it that you need? If it's a high school diploma that you need, great. There's programs out there. If you're trying to be a doctor, yes, you need to go to college and get those certificates. If you're looking to be an entrepreneur, then you need to focus on getting with other business people, looking at entrepreneurship programs, because a lot of things in college that we take, I don't feel like I use. The things that I know that we do all the time in college is group work. And they're trying to teach you how to work with others. And I used to hate group work because I felt like nobody was doing all their work like they're supposed to. So college is really teaching you how to be in a group, teaching you how to get a job, teaching you how to get along with others, and then giving you the basic skills necessary like English, math, social studies, and science to be able to write those emails and do that. But if you're looking for a specific program, then you need a specific course of action, whether it's a trade school or a mentorship program, or getting with SCORE, who has free resources on how to start a business. Whether you need an LLC or S Corp or a corporation, what's the tax part that you need? That's all a part of education. So if I could do it over again, I would focus on social media, because that social media marketing, advertising, marketing, entrepreneurship, understanding what, how my business needs to be set up. What is the best product that I need to sell? Who's my target audience? Who am I selling to? Those are the things that I would focus on, and I would not have a gazillion $1 million in student loans. So that's why when I want to talk about education is find out what education is best for you. Is it a college degree? Is it a bachelor's or a master's? I have 5 degrees, and do I need 5 degrees? Probably not, but I'm in education, so it looks good. But other than that, I would really focus on what I am meant to do. I'm a realtor. I have investment properties, so I need to know about real estate. So that's a certificate. I have other businesses. I need to know about my tax person. So I really have a good CPA, but guess what? I check behind him myself. Because when he tells me how much I owe in taxes, I'm like, no, you can do better. Let me find these receipts. So you have to know everything about your business so that even when you hire those people that know more than you, that you can follow up so that people don't take advantage of you. Because if sometimes people think you don't know what you're supposed to know, they try to take advantage. Now, let me tell you, I bank at a particular bank in Texas, and the lady is so sweet. I have people always call me different names. She calls me Francine. I have another gentleman that calls me Gertrude. I don't know why they call me these names. They're not mine, but it's okay. I answer to them. And one day I was going to get some money out. And she said to the gentleman there, she said, one thing I can tell you about Francine, you won't be able to cheat her. Because when you count my money, I count behind you, and then I count it myself. And that's how you have to be with your business and in your education. You listen to what people say, you do your own research, and you determine what's going to be best for you. And when I hear something, I always get a second opinion. If they tell me this is what it is, then I'm going to go look and find out and make sure it is. Because this is my business. This is my brand, and I have to make sure it's successful. If you look us up online, you'll see we're the school with the 5-star rating. We very seldom will have a 1-star. And if we do, we need to find out why. And if we do because of a person, that person will not be here. I don't go out and spend my money on a lot of luxury items because no brand is more important than mine. And I don't need to be getting people all my money. So when I talk about education, it's not only education in school, but education on yourself and what's important and what's not. When COVID happened, I see all these people shopping and doing these things. And I had a post that said out, how many designers checked on y'all to see how you were doing? Not one. You know, I have one Louis Vuitton bag because when I went to go speak in Miami, everybody was like, you don't have any designer thing. You should buy something, treat yourself. And I was like, well, maybe you're right. That bag carries the same amount of stuff as my bag from TJ Maxx and Ross. It's not that important to me. So when you educate yourself on what's important to you. I don't sit out here to impress people. I don't even have a car. I had a Range Rover and somebody wanted it in California and I let it go. I don't hold on to material things. Now I like nice things, but what's important to me is having enough money for payroll, have enough money for all the things I need to do with myself, and also educating myself on for my future. So I spend my money on education as far as programs and systems and making sure I understand what's going on. So I know I talked a lot. There's so much I want to say, but I just wanted to give you guys that part. And if Krista wants to ask me a question or tell me something, I'm open.
Girl, you said so many powerful things. I am still in shock of everything that you just said. Like literally everything you said is what we stand behind at WHOW. It's all about finding what path fits you the best. Not entrepreneurship is not for everyone.
It's not.
Neither is going back to school, because if you already have a knowledge or already have a trade, why waste that money if you can't go for free? Now, if it's free and it serves a purpose in your life, then yes, go back to school. But if it's not free and it isn't serving a purpose in your life, why waste that money? I did it. And I'm a living testament that yes, God made ways and is still making ways, but that's a headache that I could have did without. I could have had way more things going on in my life and spent that money. And not to mention that debt is still something right now that I'm dealing with. So it's not a fun time for me, because eventually I am going to have to start paying back all of that money. Or guess what? Who's going to assume that debt? My children. So no, I don't want to pass on debt to my children. So educate yourself, find out the best road. Now, if you don't have your basic high school diploma, if you don't have your GED, that's a necessity. That's a necessity. That's something you have to have. That's different. Don't use the excuse, I didn't finish school because I was told by Crystal that it wasn't necessary. No, you need your basic education. You need to know how to write. You need to know how to read. You need to know how to make it in this world. And it's great. We hear about professional people doing it all the time. But what they're not telling you is when that fame is over, when they no longer are considered a professional athlete, if they're no longer considered a professional actor, what then? If you can't read and write, that money is going to go away because you can't even read the contract that you signed up for. So you need to have the basic skills, and then you let Dr. Chappelle or some of the other ladies on this call help you to get to that next level. I am also available as a mentor to tell you what should be your next path. We want to thank Miss Chappelle, Miss Dr. Lisa Chappelle. I have to say it correctly because when you have a title on your name, you make sure you carry that title. And doctor is a serious title in its own. So if you
would ask a question there, Crystal, for a second before you go to that? I didn't hear the age group of what is available for your teaching. What's the age limit to start?
We don't have an age limit. So we have kids as young as 5 and as old as 60.
Awesome. That's what I wanted to hear. I love that. Okay. Yeah.
And what I would do is, if you know someone who needs their high school, thank you for putting that up there. If you know someone who needs their high school diploma, I would be glad to help them with that. Either giving them like a huge discount or something to help them with that, because you have to have the basics, as Crystal said. You have to have a high school diploma so people aren't taking advantage of you, and you can read with understanding. That's the biggest thing, making sure you understand what you read and moving forward.
And as you say, count your money, because that's important too.
Yeah, yes. Count your money.
Well, we thank you, Dr. Chappelle. If you could please put your information that isn't listed here in the chat, so that if anyone is interested in going back to school to get your GED, or to as an adult, or if you are looking to finish your high school diploma, please reach out to Dr. Chappelle. Also, she has a program. If you have children and looking for an online solution because the school system has failed your children, please reach out to her and see what resources she may be able to provide for your children.
And it's anywhere in the US. So it doesn't matter if our school is located in Texas and you're in Oklahoma, it's anywhere in the US and internationally. That's our accreditation. So when they leave us, they can go to Harvard, Yale, they can go to TCC, they can go to OU or Texas A&M. And so, and we offer a fully accredited high school diploma. So just like it would be if you had left a public school, it's just a private school. College.
That's awesome. And we plan on partnering with Miss Dr. Chappelle to make sure that ladies that come through WHOW have those resources that just want to finish school. And it doesn't matter how old you are. We want to be able to help you to make sure that that is something that goes forward. So now we're going to switch gears, and we have our lovely next vendor for today for the Spring Bling. Miss Rose Hurd, please tell everyone about you and what you're giving away at our lovely giveaway today.
Hello, I am with Rose Hurd at With Love Births, and my goal is to help improve birth outcomes here in the Tulsa area. I am helping parents become empowered, prepared, and confident, and be advocates for themselves throughout their lives. And I also want to say next week, I will be hosting a free workshop called Your Birth Space. Let's learn about having a great birth space so that we can improve those birth outcomes and have positive outcomes. And because I also am supporting breastfeeding, postpartum, and women's wellness, I am going to be giving out one of my postpartum packages, which is called Celebrate Her. And that includes a womb steam, a body scrub, I come to you, a nice little tea, and we're going to celebrate a woman being a woman.
I love it. Thank you, Miss Rose. Can you show them? Do you have that with you right now?
What do you mean?
For the package or anything from the package?
The package is going to be, and I didn't put anything nearby me. I'm so sorry. The package is going to be brought to the person. So I'll be going into their home. It's going to be under the training that I did under a Moroccan tradition. So what you do is you celebrate the woman. So you bring her in and you give her a wonderful clay bath, a body scrub. You after the body scrub and the clay bath, you take her out from there, you give her a tea and you feed her nice little fruits and vegetables and things. Then you warm her womb. And then in the end, it's called a bone closing. You can close her bones for her. This is a tradition that goes around the world. Women have been doing it for hundreds of years. And you can trace it all the way back, the most in Africa. So we're going to be doing this for any woman. It doesn't matter if you had your baby 3 days ago or 40 years ago. They're going to get this same traditional treatment from me.
That's awesome. Thank you for giving that wonderful gift. If you are interested in any of our gifts today, the giveaway will be at the end, and you can go to www.wownetwork.org/win. And we're halfway through the program, so you only have an hour left to get, less than an hour left, to get your name and information in so that we can make sure that you're a part of the drawing. So the next core value of WHOW is employment. And for many, starting your own business is great, but you still have to have funding because you haven't been approved for any type of capital. So you need to work. And the most important part is advancing in your career, because if you're starting a new business, you need more money than you currently have to be successful at that business. So advancing your career is a part of the growing process. And today we have a pre-recorded video from Nicole Rogers with Due North program. She's the Due North program coordinator through Tulsa Work Advantage. And I am going to go ahead and start that video.
All right. All right. Thank you so much for having me and inviting Tulsa Community Work Events to speak at this event, Women Helping Other Women. I feel that this is a very powerful and meaningful organization and very needed. So I look forward to continued collaboration and to talk about TCW. Throughout the presentation, I will be referring to Tulsa Community Work Events as TCW. It's a lot shorter, but I just want to take a moment to introduce myself. I am Nicole Rogers. I am the program coordinator for Due North, which is a program within Tulsa Community Work Events. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that later, but I'm really excited to be here and to share this information out and to provide the community with options and resources and opportunities for free technical training and job placement assistance. So that's what TCW offers. And I'm going to share my screen and let you guys kind of see the presentation. And hopefully, if you have any questions, please put them in the chat. However, you're able to share your questions. So What is Tulsa Community Work Events? It is an organization. We are a nonprofit organization that is dedicated to help unemployed or underemployed Tulsans find quality careers in growing industries. And I say not only unemployed, but underemployed. The ones that are stuck in that 7.25 an hour career or job, and they're trying to advance their opportunities. So I really want to highlight underemployed as well. We are an organization that provides training in high demand power sectors. So sectors including manufacturing, transportation, IT, accounting, and the healthcare industry. We offer free technical training and nationwide certifications in those careers, providing you with career guidance and job placement assistance. And all of these services that we offer are free. They are 100% free, to the materials that you'll get through training, to the skill sets, to the career coaching. All the services that I'm going to mention in this presentation are free to the consumer, to the business partners, to the community partners. So how is this free? We have very dedicated funders. So we have federal and local funders who provide us with the opportunity to provide these services to the community. All of those are mentioned right here. Of course, we have the George Kaiser Family Foundation, Tulsa Area United Way, JP Morgan and Chase. I mean, the list goes on of about people that are dedicated to help the economic stability of Tulsa and to provide us with the opportunity to provide these trainings. So they are completely free to the consumer, to the business partner, to the organizations that we partner with. So the power sectors, as I mentioned before, our power sectors are in manufacturing, transportation, IT, accounting, and healthcare. We are continuously trying to find different training opportunities to provide to the community. We want to make sure that we are actually giving them the trainings that are beneficial to them, that are research proven to provide career stability, $10 or more in the entry level jobs, and provide benefits and career advancement opportunities. So it is no secret that there's a huge industry in manufacturing companies in Tulsa. There are over 600 manufacturing companies in Tulsa, and is only expected to grow in the future. So we also have transportation, as I mentioned, IT, and other pathway opportunities. So these are good entry-level position jobs that have either a promotion opportunity or advancement opportunity. So work events worked. We know this by our 5-year study that has proven that TCW services are more likely to earn you more money, have career advancement opportunities, have increased job satisfaction, have access to health care, our health benefits, and vacation time, something that we all, look for in a career. We always look at that benefit package to a job that we're looking for. Work in a desired industry, receive continued career services. So we know with this model that it works. It has been proven, and we are a research-based organization. So we rely heavily on the research studies and it's proven that TCW model works for the residents of Tulsa. So TCW participants earn over $4,000 more per year. That is life-changing to a family. That is more money for financial stability, more money for children, more money for your healthcare benefits. It is a game changer to families. So we really want to highlight that is our goal, is to get them more money so that they can be financially empowered and more economic stability within that family. To become a TCW customer, there are 4 steps. that you have to take. One is attending our orientation, and you are able to call the 918-442-2200, which I'm going to share that at the end of the slide. You can call and schedule a time to come in for orientation, or they can go directly to our website to schedule. So the next step after orientation is we do basic assessments. We're trying to see where your skill set. This is not a determining factor whether you are in the program or not. This is basically to help us determine where your skill sets are right now so that we can figure out how to move forward with you and how to build a plan that is tailored to you. The next step is to conduct an interview. And it sounds very formal, but this is really a chance to get to know you, to get to know how we can support you, and determine if this is really the best time in your life to take this commitment, because our services are free from you. All that we're asking is that you are committed to the time. So the next step after that is step 4, short-term technical training. Determining if this is a good fit, we'll move to a free technical training to earn industry recognized credentials. And that's what, our model is about, is trying to get you that recognized credential so that you can move forward in your career. Our services include a career readiness training, which I'll talk about, our career advisors, our technical training and certification, our career placement assistance, and career advancement. So we're talking about opportunities that we're going to help you step by step. We are not just going to set you out in a training and then have you basically fend for yourself. We are actually going to help you with the connections with our business services department, making sure that afterwards that you are utilizing that certification, that you are actually putting into practice what you have learned, and you are, giving back into the community and helping the economic stability. So career readiness training, it is the opportunity. It is for you to come in 4 days. It's a 4-day training at the office, and participants are learning things like how to create a professional resume, how to completely and accurately fill out a job application, how to interview with confidence so that when you go in, you are confident and you are prepared. Participants will also learn how to effectively communicate with coworkers, supervisors, and bosses. So we are coaching you through those difficult times that you may have in the workplace, those conversations about raises, who to report to, who to contact. All those conversations are being had through our career readiness training and throughout your training. So you have your career advisor. Customers are able to career plan with us, a one-on-one coaching assistance, able to navigate the workplace, and advancement assistance. We really want the customer to earn at least $2 more per hour. That's $4,160 a year. And the requirements. What does it take to be a customer? You have to be 18 or older, unemployed or underemployed individuals, live within 40 miles of Tulsa, authorized to work in the U.S. or U.S. a citizen or 5-year residents for our healthcare program. Most programs require a high school diploma or equivalent to that, but not all. And willing to submit yourself to a background and drug screening, especially with the healthcare and a lot of our manufacturing jobs. They are safety sensitive. So we're making sure that that you are following those guidelines. Those are going to be some of the questions that you're going to be asked during an interview. So these are the requirements for that program. We'll also have another program called Next Up that works with the ages of 18 to 24. So this is with our career exploration piece. So if they're coming in just out of high school and they're not exactly sure which route they want to go, which pathway they want to take, we have a program that is dedicated for them. It is a short-term technical training. They are getting individualized career and education plans. They have their next step coach and career advisor. They are doing a career exploration opportunity. We have this wonderful model of helping them find the pathway that they're wanting. Skills building through our workshops, ongoing support, and job placement assistance. And you can find that information at www.nextuptulsa.org. And you can find some of those programs on our website as well. Due North, which is a program that I am the coordinator of. Due North is a community collaboration. We work with TCW, TCC, a lot of churches and nonprofit organizations within the community. And we are providing the North Tulsa residents within districts 1 and 3 the opportunity to come to one of our trainings and go through either manufacturing or healthcare, those power sectors that I mentioned before, giving them the opportunity. So we provide that additional support with helping with GED or helping any barriers that are preventing them to going to this training. We're helping identify those and try to get them over that. But we can't do that alone. So we work heavily with the population, with the community partners in North Tulsa, Tulsa Dream Center, the Tulsa Tech Peoria campus, and a lot of different other organizations and companies. You can find our website at www.donorthtulsa.org. And so some of our upcoming technical trainings that we're having is our phlebotomy, which is able to start at $11 to $13 an hour. Classes are 11 weeks long. We have our diesel maintenance tech, and they start out between roughly $12 to $16 an hour, and the classes are 6 months long. And of course, we have our certified nursing aide, our CNA for healthcare, and they start out at $9 to $12 an hour, and that is a 6-week-long program. And all these upcoming trainings that we have, you can absolutely find that on our website. You can take a picture. Please use the QR code to find us on Facebook, Instagram. You can call us at 918-442-2200 or look us up on our website. We are actively putting our upcoming trainings, events that we're hosting, anything that we're doing in the community. You're going to find that on our website. And if you have any questions, please call us. Call me directly and we will help you any way that we can. Thank you.
All right, everyone. That was Miss Nicole Rogers. I believe Miss Nicole is actually on the call. Nicole, are you there?
Yes, I am.
So if you all have questions, I'm going to remove my spotlight so that I can spotlight her. This is the time to ask those questions.
Yes.
You'll have to unmute yourself to ask the questions, by the way.
So I have never heard of your organization. I teach CNA students. I've been doing it for 7 years, close to 7 years now, and I've never heard of your organization. So I know you guys, for your program and stuff, you do a background check and everything. Do you offer evening classes, or is this just a day class?
So our classes are through Tulsa Tech. I'm sorry, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you.
Okay, great. Yes, so our schedules go with Tulsa Tech schedules. We don't make those ourselves. We do, they do have plenty of options for classes and classes times. Currently right now, our CNA will start in April, I believe, at the end of April, and we're gonna go through Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 4:30 or 8:30 to noon, I'm sorry. And that's our first class that we offer, but we do offer others throughout the year. That is the ongoing enrollment. So we can definitely figure out what schedule will work. It's not only just the evening. I know they do offer, morning, but I know they do offer some evening classes as well.
Okay.
So we follow their schedule.
Okay, awesome. And then if I wanted to give your information for someone to look this up, would I use the workadvance.org for them to go
Okay,
to?
so if they wanted to know about our program, are you asking about a program or asking about the training itself?
The training itself, which, they would do the program, but which one would I tell them to go to look at your information?
So if they reside in North Tulsa, are you familiar with the districts 1 and 3? If they reside in North Tulsa in
Mhm.
those districts, they can contact me directly and we can figure out what options are available to them. I have a little bit more flexibility with the schedule, so we can make sure that it's something that works for them. Also, if they don't reside in that area, I do want them to continuously look at our website, go to our Work Advance website as well, call us so that we can get you scheduled for orientation. And then we can talk about that schedule and figure out if it's the right time for you.
Okay, what's your contact information for you specifically then?
Yes, 918-442-2212. And also I will add that to the chat.
Okay, thank you so much. I
You're
appreciate the
welcome.
information.
No problem. And also I will add my email address in that chat as well.
You can also see it on the screen right now. It is nrogers@madisonstrategies.com. You also have the phone number again, 918-422-2212, and the workadvance.org. And of course, I really believe if you are looking for employment, this is a wonderful opportunity to get the resources and the skills that you need to be successful. I know so many times we stay in dead-end jobs forever because it's convenient and because you don't have the time to go and look for another job because they're working you the same hours that you could be looking for another job. Take a day off. Take a day off and apply for another job. That is something that I want to stress to members of WOW. If you're not happy with where you are in life, don't ever settle for something that doesn't serve you anymore. Take the time and get the resources and the skills to take you to the next level. Of course, Nicole and Due North and Tulsa Work Advantage are for people that are in a real economic situation. If you're still making part-time money, if you're still making minimum wage and you're over the age of 25, you need to give me a phone call. You need to call Nicole because there are resources out there for you. And a lot of times we think, well, I don't want to go without income even for a week. But if you're not growing yourself, you cannot make it to empower others. So, and in order to own a business, you have to have capital. They also want to see how much money you make. And the only way that you can make that successful for yourself is to advance in your career. So I don't want anyone in WOW making minimum wage. If you're making minimum wage, please contact me because there are resources that I think I can help you with. And if not me, there's Nicole. If not Nicole, our entire board has resources for you. Thank you, Nicole, for giving that information. That information just set somebody free. That information just made someone's life a lot easier. I am going to go ahead and bring up my screen again because we have our last vendor for the day, Miss Felicia Thompson with Juice Plus. And Miss Felicia Thompson, are you there?
Yes, I am here. Can you see and hear me okay?
I can. Let me go ahead and so tell us a little bit about what you are going to be raffling off today and a little bit about your business.
Okay, as you say, I am Felicia Thompson. I am a quality sales consultant with Juice Plus. And what I have today is product to provide to the winner, which will be, this is what it looks like. Well, it's not going to be this big, but this is the Juice Plus mix, which is just the French vanilla. And then we also have it in Dutch chocolate. It is a shake mix that they can put in their smoothie, or they can just drink as chocolate milk or vanilla milk if they're choosing. And I also will provide our chewables, which is the fruits and vegetable chewables that I provide as well to whoever wins the raffle.
So tell me about these products. What are they?
Okay, so Juice Plus, and what the products are, there are fruits and vegetables, berries, and omega blend. They are meals in a capsule. They're not supplements. They're not meal replacements. What their product is that it bridges the gap between what we eat and what we're not eating. We all should have 7 to 13 servings of fruits and vegetable a day. I know the FDA says it should be this certain amount, but no, we should have at least 7 to 13 servings. And many of us and many people that we know do not eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. And what my family considers vegetables is when they're making greens with ham hock and neck bones. That is not the proper way to eat greens if you want the nutrients from that. And so that's exactly what Fruits Juice Plus is. The company has been in existence for 50 years, and it's literally food inside of a capsule. It's vegan in a plant-based capsule. Is no additives. It is strictly the food in the capsule that bridges the gap from what we eat and what we don't eat. And it has made a tremendous impact in my life, my family's life, my mother's life as well. Because if you give the body what it needs, it will take care of it. And it fuels your body. It gives me energy because it's food. And my sons are very athletic. They have basketball training. It's fuel their body. They don't have to have an energy shot or energy drink. They actually just give their body the nutrients and foods, and it actually energizes us to having a productive day each and every day. And for my mom, it has really helped her tremendously because she doesn't eat a lot. So by her taking these meals in a capsule has helped her with her energy, her mental clarity. She even noticed that her blood pressure has been lower. She believes just from adding it to what she's already doing to make herself feel better and look better. And I truly believe in the product because it's a meal. And this is what they look like. It comes in a capsule. So these are the bottles. This is the Omega blend, which is a 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9. The Omega blend that we should all have. Do you see this?
Yes.
Can you see it? Okay, which we should have, that comes from our seafood. And a lot of people don't like to eat a lot of seafood. And what they do eat is catfish. That's not the Omega blend that I'm referring to. And then right here is the berry blend. And it actually has the raspberries, blueberry, cranberry, pomegranate, artichoke. All of that is inside of this, as well as elderberry. And then this is the vegetable blend. And this has the broccoli, parsley, tomato, carrot, beets, lemon, cabbage, spinach is in this product. And then this is the fruit blend we have right here, and it has the pineapple and beets and dates, apple, peach, cranberry. It's all in here, and you would just take 2 a day of each product. My mom, she takes hers 2. She takes 4 for breakfast. She'll have 2 for her breakfast. Then she'll add to her lunch, and then she'll add it to her dinner as well to make sure she get it. So she had to take so many at one time. She just take it throughout the day to make sure she gets what she needs. And I truly believe in it, and I actually love it.
And can I add, I've tried it. Hold on, I tried them. I wanted to try it before she came on because sometimes you hear the word vegan or you hear vegetable, that it has that blended taste where you have all that stuff compiled into one. It doesn't give you a good flavor. I actually got the chewables, and I tell you, I had to stop eating because I'm thinking it's candy. Not that it's sweet, it's just that good. It's not something that you have to force yourself to want to take because of the taste is so bitter. It actually has a great taste.
Thank you.
That's amazing. We need to promote healthy living.
Yes.
And today, with all the different things that we have going on, that is going to be awesome. So, Miss Felicia, thank you for giving away today. And if you want to be a part of that drawing, you can go to www.wownetwork.org/win. We hope that you tune in and you win 4 lucky people, 4 lucky people, not just women. Whoever signs up, you don't have to be a woman to sign up for these deals. You may have a woman in your life that you want to purchase these things for, and this is the perfect opportunity to get it for free. So please sign up for our newsletter and our drawings, because those names do go on our newsletter, so that we can keep in touch with you. We're coming up to the last part of our presentation. And today, the last part of our presentation is all about entrepreneurship. Now, you all know that this is speaking to my own heart, because I'm an entrepreneur at heart. And a lot of people think that that means that you're fully into running your own business. Entrepreneurship is just literally what it is. You are preneuing. You are out there enterprising yourself as an individual. You are growing yourself, and eventually you become self-sustained. But it doesn't always start like that. And sometimes you got to start with a side hustle, or maybe you have an idea that you want to produce and make go further. The ultimate goal is to have self-sufficiency, and self-sufficiency is acquired through entrepreneurship. When you don't no longer have to be a product of somebody else's dream, when you no longer have to follow someone else's dream, but follow your own. And our goal here at WHOW is to empower you to follow your own dreams. So today I have the lovely Erin Wiggum, who is the program director of Atento Capital and so many other things. But I'm going to let him introduce himself and tell you about his wonderful products, his wonderful line, his wonderful job title. Mr. Erin Wiggum, are you there?
I am here.
I'm going to let you take the floor, sir.
All right, wonderful.
Back in 15 minutes.
Sounds good. Well, good afternoon, ladies. It's a wonderful thing to be alive today. It's wonderful that you all are doing this spring bling. And I just want to thank Crystal for the invitation. I guess I'm the only guy on here, so I'll rep for the gentlemen. But this is a wonderful thing that these women are strengthening one another, and that you are taking the time to encourage one another and walking in your purpose. And we hear about the school, and we hear about the juice opportunity and all the different things that we've talked about over the last hour or so. This is what I've been asked to talk about is actually entrepreneurship. And I'm gonna tie a little bit of that into a little bit of my story, into a little bit of the word probably, and just kind of mix it all together as we go. So my name is Erin Wiggum. I'm the program director at Atento Capital. Atento is a VC, a venture capital fund here in Tulsa. Some people may or may not know what venture capital is. So it's basically an investment company that invests in business ideas. Primarily, usually VCs invest in tech ideas, but really it's in businesses that can scale fast. So, or in other words, grow fast. So they want to take an idea that can, for instance, something like, Patti LaBelle's pies. Remember the Patty pies? That idea, she didn't need the money from a VC, from a venture capitalist. But if someone had that idea and they were not Patty, it could be venture backable, because they were trying to go to a big box store and take that small idea and take it to the moon. And so venture capital, that's what they do. They invest in companies, and they do it in exchange for equity in that company. And then they take those returns and go and do the same thing over and over again. So Atento Capital is a venture capital fund here in Tulsa. It's backed by George Kaiser Foundation. I am actually originally from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, where I was last 8 years I spent at Penn State University as the director of strategic initiatives. One of the initiatives I oversaw was founding a business incubator called the Mon Valley Launchbox. And what it was, basically we took businesses and we worked people from concept to reality. And so people will come in and say, hey, I just have an idea. I really want to start a business. I've been thinking about this. What do you think? And then I would just take them to a whiteboard and literally map out a path for them to go from concept to reality. So I kind of brought, I was found on LinkedIn by someone here, and they said, hey, we see what you're doing there. I would love for you to do it here. And I said, great, let's do it. So right now I'm leading an initiative called Tulsa's Emerging 100, where I'm helping 100 minority founders launch a business here in Tulsa in 2021. Crystal's actually joined our team, our action team, and we're just rocking and rolling right now. So we kicked the program off January 7th of this year, and we are currently, I think we have 77 people on the platform, 77 entrepreneurs and volunteers that are currently on the platform. So we are moving and shaking right now. It's going really well. We are doing a lot of programming around it. So we're doing one-on-one coaching. We're doing mentoring. We also have a speaker series. We have the fireside chats that we've been doing. So we did a few at 36 Degrees North, and now we are doing it the last couple at Hoberton. So we've really taken the time to take the barriers out of the entrepreneurial process and streamline it so that people can actually work on their idea. Many things, when you are becoming an entrepreneur, there's different words for it, an entrepreneur or a founder, or, depending on the ecosystem you're in, there's different words for that. When you are launching a business, it is rough. It is rough. And you have a lot of things. You sometimes you're working for a company and you're trying to start your business at the same time, and you need to put more energy into your business, but it's not profitable yet. And so you still need to pay the bills to keep the lights on and keep the kids fed. But you also have to balance and get this vision out of you. And that's kind of where I want to deal with everyone today is with vision and purpose. It's something to be said that, where there is vision, there will be provision. And when God sets you up in a place and he's given you a dream, he's given you a something on the inside of you that you have to get out. It's sitting there. You have this vision. You've been wanting to do it. You've been trying to do it. You've been trying to figure it out. You've been talking to people about it. You called your cousins, you call Big Mama, and you're trying to get this vision out of you, but you keep seeming to run into roadblocks. Every time you turn around, you can't find the money. Every time you turn around, something else happens, or you have to replace the roof, or the car, the motor goes in the car. So what we're trying to do in the natural is reduce the barriers to businesses launching for minority founders. On the spiritual side, though, wherever there is vision, there is provision. And God will never guide you somewhere he wouldn't provide for you. And so what I'm encouraging these entrepreneurs to do is to take the leap of faith. You got to come out of your comfort zone. You got to come out of a place of complacency. And you really have to step out on nothing and trust God that something will be there. You have to trust. And there's organizations like what I'm doing, and there's a bunch of them. There's Charity Markets. There's there's I2E. There's different organizations all throughout the city that are here to help. But really, the onus is on you. You've been given the vision, and you weren't given this vision for no reason. This thing has to come alive. Some of us are uncomfortable in life. I'm thinking about a pregnant woman, and when you're coming to the end of your term at pregnancy, everything is uncomfortable. You can't tie your shoes right. You can't, it hurts to brush your hair. I mean, everything is uncomfortable when you are due and it's coming to that time, or when you're overdue and it's coming to that, you have to deliver. Some of us have had this dream in us for so long, and it's overdue. And you wonder why you're uncomfortable in life. It's because you haven't delivered on what's been given to you. You're uncomfortable. You go to a job and all of a sudden it falls apart, or you feel like every job you go to, you feel like I can't work here anymore. It's probably because you're not supposed to be working for somebody. You're supposed to be working for you. You have something that needs to come out and into the world. And if you don't deliver on this thing, you're going to continue to be uncomfortable. That vision stays in you. So I think that, one of the things that I really have been charged about is helping these particularly minority founders. I help anybody, but particularly minority founders, because the barriers to entry for us, we all know, is different, and capital is always a big thing, but there's more things. There's other things than capital than just money, right? There's social capital. There's time. Time is a capital. There's network. There's other ways of having capital, and I think that just being intentional in giving people what they need, giving them the resources, reducing these barriers, and giving them more access to ways to deliver on their vision is just helps the greater good overall. And so we have different investment strategies. So Atento only invests in tech companies. And we are doing that to invest in a tech company or a tech-enabled company. So if you have a business and you have some technology that you're looking to do with that business, even though it's not a technical business, a technological business, you can actually still get some sort of funding for that. You have to go through, it's a little bit of a process, but we can get you funding. And it's not funding that you pay back, but it's more so funding that we get equity in the company. What I'm looking at is not necessarily always the companies that we are investing in from a capital standpoint, from a monetary standpoint. I'm looking at ways to help people get their dream, make their dream alive. There is a lot of people who are walking throughout our streets, throughout our churches, throughout our neighborhoods, throughout our school districts, and they are in despair. And they don't realize that there are ways to actually not just make your business good, but there are ways actually to stand your business up and make it profitable. There's often, if I had to use a biblical reference for this, what I would say is, first you work the vision. And then when you work the vision will work for you. And I'll give you a quick example. When you think about the story of Noah spent 100 years working on the ark, 100 years. It never rained before. Never in the world, and never on earth had it rained before. They didn't even know what rain was. But God gave him the instructions and told him, go find the gopher wood and go. He told him exactly what to do, right? Told him exactly what the dimensions were, told him to place the window on top, right? And so he built the whole ark over 100 years, the only person believing, right? But don't you realize that the same ark that he worked 100 years on, he worked the vision for 100 years, but that's the same that he ended up living in his vision for the next 40 days as it rained, right? And so the very thing that you worked for now will work for you. It will shift, but you have to get your vision out of you. You have to get the dream out of you. You have to get it on paper. As we know in the word, it says, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that they who read it may run with it, right? And it will not tarry. The vision will not tarry, right? Wait for it. It will not tarry. In other words, it won't be long. So you got to get the vision out. You got to get it written down, and you got to get it in motion. And then you find people like myself, like other people I've mentioned throughout the ecosystem to help you along the way. God's timing is completely impeccable. And when you think, a lot of times we think that we're waiting on God, really he's waiting on you. If you get started, you give him something to work with. His timing is impeccable. And what'll happen is when you start to hit one, somebody else is prepared to already hit two. But because you won't hit one, it doesn't trigger the next thing to happen. And so in that story with Noah, as we know, he was able to build the ark, and then the ark saved his life, right? Which saved humanity, which we are here today. The whole earth was restarted again because one man's discipline, one man's willingness not to give up on his vision, not to give up on what was given to him. And so I'm here to tell you all today, and I know I'm talking to a lot of people who already have their own things, so that's wonderful. But this thing should be infectious. Tulsa was the birthplace, especially for Black people in entrepreneurship. And so it should be happening every day. We should be coming to each other, figuring out how can we strengthen our businesses, how can we strengthen our ecosystem, how can we barter services and goods. Girl, if you do nails and I do hair, let's have a hair and nail day, and let's just split the difference. Maybe we take a loss on it, but let's beautify our community. Let's have Sisters Loving Sisters Day, and I don't know, whatever it is, there needs to be an intentionality around owning and around visions coming to pass. Oftentimes we find in our communities that what we lack is hope. We lack hope. And when we don't have people living in their vision, it does take the hope away. People don't get to see what flourishing looks like. People don't get to see what success looks, and it's not in what you drive. Success is not in what you drive. A lot of people drive a lot of cars that they can't pay to fix. Okay, success is not in what you drive. Success is not in where you live. Success is in really fulfilling your purpose. If you are able to fulfill your purpose, you have been successful. That's how you get to hear well done. I always tell folk that you can't hear well done if you haven't done well, and you definitely can't hear well done if you haven't done anything. And so there needs to be a level of intentionality, and we're excited to help you. We're excited to support you. We are excited to dream with you, have vision sessions and whiteboard sessions and dream sessions. One of the more impactful things that happened to me a few years ago, I led a vision board session, and actually I was involved in one. And I know I'm coming up on time. I'll wrap this up. I was involved in a vision board session, and what happened was, I did my whole vision board, and I, did the whole thing. And I had, I wasn't married at the time. This was about 15 years ago. And I had, a woman on there, and I had some money, and I had a house, I had a boat, I had some trips, some locations. I had, I had the whole board decorated with what I saw my life looking like. And it's funny because I few years passed, I forgot about it. It was up in my mom's closet somewhere back home. I must have showed it to her and gave it to her or whatever. And never thought any more about it. Well, don't you know that it had to be about 10 years later. My mom said, I want you to come by the house. I want to show you something. I said, well, what's up? And, so I come over the house, and, we were sitting there, we're talking and laughing. And she pulled out the vision board. And she said, I was cleaning out the closet the other day, and I looked at this vision board, and she said, I looked at this vision board, and I realized, and she said, look at it, you look at it, and tell me if you see what I see. And I said, I see a lot of things on here. And she said, no, tell me if you really look at it. I said, what? She said, you've accomplished almost all of this. There was 2 things that I hadn't accomplished yet, and the one I'll finish this year. 2 things I hadn't accomplished. There was probably 30 things, 35 things on that board. I'd accomplished almost all of them. And that was not even because I was referencing them. I didn't look at them every day, but I put it out there. The vision was plain. It was in front of me, right? And that thing, it speaks. It literally will speak back to you. If you fulfill your vision and your purpose, first of all, you'll hear well done. But in addition to that, you'll also live the blessed and prosperous life. We know that the blessing of the Lord maketh one rich and adds no sorrow. And so that's the difference between having money and being blessed. You can take all your money. I'll take the blessings. I'll take the favor. That's the thing that is invaluable. And so I'm gonna wrap this up. I thank you, Crystal, for this time. I hope this is what you were looking for from me. We can go take a deeper dive if anybody's more interested in the VC space. We can definitely take more time and talk about that if you like. Thank you.
OMG, Aaron. When I say I'm up here clapping and in the chat, you gotta read the chat. You gotta read the chat. Thank you. Like, that is exactly what I needed for you to do. And you did it in such excellence. I feel like every meeting that I have, God knows exactly who needs to be a part of that call or a part of that event to make it flow like it should. And you just wrapped up, you put everything in a pretty bow and just handed it and delivered it over. Everything you said is exactly what we are trying to accomplish here at WOW. We do the vision boards. This is the first year that we haven't done some portion of a vision board, but we feel that the women have the vision. Now they have to run with that vision. And of course, you said, write the vision, make it plain. I said that earlier today, Habakkuk 2:2, it is so good. And without a vision, the people perish. So if you don't have a vision, if you don't see where you're going, guess what? You're gonna die with that dying with you. Whatever that was that you saw, or that dream that you had, or that vision that you were given, if you don't carry it out, who will?
Well,
God gave it to you.
And here's the thing, the vision you won't see. See, many times people confuse sight with vision.
Woo.
There's a difference between sight and vision. Sight is what your eyes see. Vision is what God gives you to see. And so one is looking through God's eyes. The other one is looking through your eyes.
Wow.
Most people want to wait until they see it, right? With their sight in order to envision it. But the devil is a lie. We walk by faith and not by sight. So it's the vision. You have to have vision, which is God's sight. It's what he's given you. This thing is it's really not about you. It's really about the puzzle that God has put together that you are holding up because you're waiting for what you see instead of what God said.
You know, Aaron. Oh, go ahead, Tisha. Yes. Go ahead. I'm so excited. Go ahead, Crystal.
You go ahead. You go ahead, because my part is going to be in the book. That's what's in my book. So yeah, buy the book, the Wow Factor book that's coming up. You got to buy it, because all of this is in that book. But go ahead, Tamara.
I just want to ask the question, Aaron. Are you all still at this present time taking people to sign up, or has that reached the capacity of that?
You better believe it. Let's do it, Tamara.
I inbox you. You gonna check your inbox. So I'm probably the one I already ran. But when you said right there, I was running.
Get it, girl. Let's get it. Okay. Let's get it.
So I just want to make sure everybody else on the call do know that you are still accepting people that is not a pack. That's my question.
Absolutely. Thank you. Yes, we are, everyone. We are still accepting people. Listen, I told everybody many pounds ago, I used to run track. And when we ran track, the mode in track is, the motto rather in track is not to run to the line, run through the line. Athletes never run to the line, you run through the line. And so we're not stopping at 100. We going, listen, let's take this TE 1000. Let's get it. Let's go. Come on, this is our time. We've been waiting for this moment. Now it's here. What you gonna do? Let's get it.
You talking about running. We used to say because I used to run track too, we always used to say when you get heavy, get that monkey off your back. It's time to get the monkey off your back so you can pick up them steps, So I like that.
Yes, I love it. Okay, I'm going to put up Aaron's information because we're getting questions about it. So I have that prepared for you all. If you are looking to get in touch with Aaron, you can reach him on the website. You can also go to Aaron@atentocapital.com. You can also reach out to me. If you're a member of WOW, I will make that direct connection right on Facebook or in a text message so that you can reach him. We appreciate all that he has done today and what he is doing in the Tulsa community. For him even coming from way across yonder, you guys. He came from way away from here. Where are you from, Aaron, again? It's way away. I know it is.
I knew you were saying way away because you were trying to remember it.
From Pittsburgh. I remember.
Pennsylvania.
Yes. Pennsylvania. It's a long way away from here. So for us to even have that, that communication skill, to be able to reach people from another place and they're moving here to Tulsa, Oklahoma because there's so many great things going on. We need to capitalize on that. So if you have a business that you are trying to get started, if you have an idea and you need that idea vetted, or you need help or assistance or resources, please reach out to Erin or myself and I will make that connection for you. If you already have a business and you would like to take your business to the next level, to be tech enabled, that was something else I wanted you to elaborate on. Erin, explain the difference between a technology company and
Yep.
a tech enabled company.
Sure, sure. So let's take Uber. Okay. So we know that cab drivers have always been around, right? It's not big in this city, but we all know what taxi drivers, cab drivers are. So that is the service, right? But what Uber did was made it tech enabled by giving us all, any one of us can be a car service now, right? So that's the difference between that's what a tech enabled service is. That's what they call in the industry software as a service. So or they'll say SaaS, software as a service, when a service job is now been technologically empowered. And then an actual tech company would be, your typical, what we're on now, Zoom. Zoom is already tech, or any one of them, Duolingo. Those are all tech, tech companies. But tech enabled is when you're taking something that does not typically have technology and you're adding a technological component to it, so that it either handles the processing, or many of you do this oftentimes with your point of sale system. So if you have a store, you have something, and you use Square or what's the other one that is big, right? Shopify,
Right.
or if you use any of those things, those are all software as a service. It's a processing thing. So now it's made it tech enabled. So that's the difference between the two.
That's awesome. I think it's very important for people to tell the difference between a technology company and a tech enabled company. So if you need tech enabled, because a lot of our businesses they're already running their businesses, but you may not be tech enabled. And I know because I get a lot of phone calls about technology issues, but let's get you tech enabled or enhance the technology that you have, depending on what that idea is. And also, especially if you're working business to business, if you're working with other businesses, that is a more closely ideal candidate for the Atento Capital program. Someone is asking, what about telehealth? And a couple of people said they're definitely ready to join.
Sounds good. What's your question about it, Rose?
Rose, did they post anything else about what they meant by telehealth?
Oh, okay. So what I was asking was, because I am a service, and would that include helping someone in the telehealth service as far as technology? So because due to the fact that we have the pandemic still going, I'm limited in what I do in hospitals. Mm-hmm. So I am using virtual services. Does the tech enabled deal with telehealth, for me? Or as I grow my collective, how will it help me? And my collective would be having that one-stop shop where you can find a birth community or anyone connected in the birth world that supports the services that I offer. How would it help with that?
So what you would need is you would need some type of platform, not necessarily a website, but a platform that administers the service, or that administers the processing of the service for you in order to become tech enabled. So, a website just gives you information. So that doesn't mean that you're tech enabled. It's just giving you something to read and understand. But if it's something if there's a component that is interactive, with the individual and is providing the service and not just information, then absolutely it can be tech enabled.
Okay.
And she would be a candidate. We will make sure that she gets in touch with you after
Let's
this.
talk, Rose.
Because I know for a fact what she's trying to accomplish, and that would be amazing to accomplish that. And I don't want to go into too much or for her to tell you too much
right
across this platform that we have because
I'll put my number in there, Rose.
Yes, and I'll make sure that she gets in touch with you after this because she is a doula in the Tulsa, Oklahoma area, and that is an amazing by itself. But what she's trying to do in the doula world is even more amazing, and I think it's an untapped market all by itself. So that's something that we'll do offline because that's how we do. And that's our business from the Miss Fabulous Tabitha Brown. We want to get her on as a guest of WHOW. So if anybody has direct ties to Tabitha Brown, tell her to come on down to WHOW organization and check us out. But we are moving right along because we are coming up to the end. And I want to make sure that we are respectful of people's time. And I know a lot of people are ready for this drawing, the giveaway. But before we do the giveaway, because I'm making y'all wait to the bitter end, I want to talk about our schedule and what's coming up. We've just finished our first quarter. Well, actually, we're in the second quarter with the Spring Bling, and now we're coming into Mother's Day. We have our Mother's Day event next second Saturday, which is May 8th. So if you have a mother, you will get more details about that soon. We would like to honor the mothers. So if you have a mother, you can submit them. Every mother that is submitted will get a lovely gift. As long as they do it within a week before the deadline, they will be receiving a lovely gift from WHOW. And as well as all of the mothers that sign, we're going to do a drawing for some mothers. We're going to have a dozen of roses delivered to a mother. We're going to have some wonderful gifts and giveaways for the mothers. And of course, we have some performers and other things that are going to be going on, singing, spoken word, dance, giveaways, and we're going to be honoring our mothers. If you need additional information about that, please go to our Facebook page. You can also check out our website where it will be events listed, and that is May 8th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. A moment for mothers. And then our next upcoming event, y'all, and I want y'all to get real serious about this because I know I am. And this is our WHOW Walk. It's the first WHOW Walk ever, our first annual charity. Come out, walk with us, donate with us. It's a fundraiser event for WHOW, but it's free for you to come because we want you to get the resources that you need. But we're going to empower some women to become healthy for the rest of the year. You have 6 more months, and by the time this comes up, to get your life in order. So in 2022, when WHOW is doing our traveling, you don't have to pay for the double seat. So with that being said, we would love for you to become a member of WHOW. It's only $25. You do not have to be a woman to be a member of WHOW. You just have to have empowering attitude, and you have things that can empower other women. So please consider being a member of WHOW. It's $25 for the year. And what that goes for is so that we could keep this lovely Zoom meeting going, so that we could pay for the website to be able to reach all you guys and all of our newsletter, because the newsletter has went up tremendously. So you ladies and guys that are interested, please become a member. We appreciate that. We are always looking for speakers. We're looking for members, and we're looking for people to donate. On the screen, you will find ways to do all of those. Take a minute and pause the screen if you need to. You can also go back and look at this and get it as well. But to be able to see to donate to WHOW is wownetwork.org/donate. To become a member, it's /members. And you can always email us if you're interested in being a speaker. So before we go any further, let me get up the wonderful. We're about to go into our drawing. And the first drawing will be for the lovely Miss Felicia Jones in the Drink to Shrink. And I'm just gonna go ahead and spin the wheel. The lovely Miss Glenda Porter, yay! You are the winner of the Drink to Shrink. We will make sure that Miss Glenda, that you receive the information for, and I need to drop it in the chats right quick so that we don't forget. Oh, thank you. I thought somebody else did. Glenda Porter is the winner of Drink to Shrink. Okay, our next winner is going to be for the lovely bracelet from Miss Teresa Taylor. And the winner of the wonderful bracelet for today is going to be Miss Artheta Pouncil. I know it's Miss Pouncil, but it's Miss Artheta Pouncil. You are the winner, and we will make sure that we get that information to you. Thank you for attending. Let me put that in the chat. Miss Artheta Pouncil is the winner of the, what is it? The Tree of Life bracelet. Awesome. So now we're going to go to our last winner, or no, this isn't the last. This one is for the doula session. Well, it's for the items for the doula. Oh, this one is Miss Niecy G. That one was tight. Regina, you almost won, but Miss Niecy is the winner of the Miss Rose Hurd doula special, and that may be right on top. We have one more. And the last one is for the juice nutrients with Miss Felicia. And the winner of that is Miss Teresa Taylor. You are the winner. Now, it's very rare that someone that actually gives an item receives an item. So we are thankful that you are the recipient of the Felicia's juice nutrients. And I can't remember what it is, but I'm going to put that on there. So I'm going to stop sharing. Thank you all for being a part of our event today. I want to thank all of the speakers for coming out and being a part of our event today. This has been amazing. All of you all, the resources that were available in this room today. If you are listening online, if you are listening from wherever, if you're tuning in a day from now, a month from now, a year from now, you are exactly where you need to be, and you're getting the resources that you need to be successful in this season. We don't always know why we show up for things. We don't even know why we are even here sometimes, but I feel that somebody got this word and they're going to run with this word that they got today. They're going to be more successful after today. So, of course, thank you again. I am the lovely Miss Crystal Ifukoya. I am the founder of WHOW, and we are glad that you spent your Saturday with us today. And we hope that you will join us for one of our future events. So without further ado, this is the conclusion. So I'm going to turn off the live. I'm going to stop recording.